In a virtually sold-out Manchester arena of nearly 20,000 people, Rammstein are in pulverizing form. The crowd are going crazy, the atmosphere is electric, and the firebombs from the stage are like World War III on Apocalypse LSD. And yet the band is virtually ignored by the mainstream media, who are tied up in knots over the world of indie and don't cover this sort of stuff, as one confused journo told me. They may have to change their agenda soon. Rammstein cannot be ignored any longer. For the sheer breadth of their vision, their stunning live show, and the fact that their German language records are huge worldwide, they've got to be recognised. This fear of industrial, goth, metal, or whatever useless tag you want to chuck this way, has to be dropped. Tonight saw a band at the peak of their game. They played a set that was mainly cuts for their new album, Liebe ich für alle da, which has been a top 20 across the USA and Europe, and huge in Russia. And still they had the place rocking. They were dark, funny and surreal at each turn, with a stage show that dwarfs any other. Now normally, I'm a hater of stage shows. Phonies like Kiss can kiss my ass. All those props to cover up a rotten band to make it even duller. But with Rammstein, the fire-breathing, baby-eating, apocalyptic stage show is such part and parcel of their shtick that it cannot be brushed aside. There is, of course, the fire, loads of it. You can feel its heat on your face as another outrageous flame hits the roof. They breathe it in, they breathe it out, they fire it over the crowd, and at one point, hilariously, a stage invader runs across the stage and they set fire to him. The crowd gasps in disbelief before realising it's possibly a pretend torching. Frontman Till Lindemann grapples with skinny freak keyboard player Christian Lorenz and shoves him in a tin bath, dousing him from a rising podium from the stage at 40 feet with barrels of fireworks. Lorenz emerges from the bath in a bizarre spangling outfit and spends the rest of the set playing his keyboards, camply walking quickly in a weird-looking running track. 10 minutes later, Lindemann sprays the audience with fake spunk from a 10-foot cock cannon during the band's sex ramp porn single Pussy, underlining the single's lusty, sticky page porn mag intent. The single and its sleazoid video were banned from the same terrified mainstream media that has no fear of showing girls allowed bump and grind pushy. 10 minutes later, Lindemann sprays the audience with fake spunk from a 10-foot cock cannon during the band's sex romp porn single Pussy, underlining the single's lusty, sticky page porn mag intent. The single and its sleazoid video were banned from the same terrified mainstream media. There's no fear of showing girls allowed's latest bump and grind, pushy pussing, tit flapping dance routines before the so-called family threshold. It's hilarious. The band take every German stereotype and magnify them before shoving them back into the preconceived notions of Germanic culture. They laugh at the hypocrisy of the so-called guardians and tastes, like our own dear old Radio 1 in the UK. They ask questions by just being there. And if the BBC deems to play the last album once, even though it's sold enough to be a hit record, it makes them look even sillier as a band romp their Panzer Division power rock through a worldwide sold-out stadium tour. Of course, they could not get away with this if the music was limp, weak or lame. But the twin guitar salt and 11 out of 10, the band are taking no prisoners. Lindemann's remarkable operatic croon and grubby satanic growl give them the crucial edge, making the stomping, pounding grooves into songs, and his charismatic presence dominates the space. They sound really fucking heavy, and the stomping beats and bizarre use of techno-trance meshed in with their sound makes them eminently danceable like all the greatest bands of the genre, like Killing Joke were, or still are. Killing Joke, of course, are a neat comparison. There is that wild-eyed insanity and cutting sense of malevolent wit, that enjoyment of pressing all the wrong buttons and that dance metal distortion thing going on. Misunderstood is how the bands like this like it. Rammstein sing of porn, cannibalism, death and darkness. They smirk at the misunderstanders and they somehow turn it into a monstrous show business spectacle. You have got to go and see them. This is the best show out on the road this year.